Welcome to The Actor's Choice, where the actors and actresses have a chance to talk about themselves and their careers. Join us now for the next hour as we explore the marvelous industry of acting by actors and actresses from today's exciting show business world. And now, direct from Hollywood, here's your host, Ron Brewington.
Hi, everybody. I'm Ron Brewington, and welcome to The Actor's Choice. Roll it, Tony.
Yeah, I'm in here. I mean, where else would I be? Oh, scooch up the right one. Okay. Is that good? Okay. God, I hate MRIs, especially on my breasts. I mean, why can't you guys just let us lay on our backs and let our girls just wander?
Ladies and gentlemen, today we have three outstanding actors and actresses who love to be on the stage. Now, my first guest today has done over 40 stage productions right here in Los Angeles. She says the strangers on the bus become like my family. Riding the bus, she says, has been magical. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome actress, writer, producer, Rebecca O'Brien. Greetings, Rebecca, and welcome to The Actor's Choice.
Thank you.
I can hear you. We're having some technical problems, ladies and gentlemen, but we will never stop, okay? Rebecca, welcome to The Actor's Choice. I would like to say that when you describe your new play, we'll talk about that later. But first, please tell us, where were you born? When I found out where you were born, I went, oh, okay.
I'm from Memphis, Tennessee.
Memphis, Tennessee. Interesting, because the lady who's coming on behind you, or two ladies from down the road, she's from Memphis, Tennessee. I looked you up and they said you were from, where's that place? London, England? I looked everywhere. They said you from Memphis, from London.
But I am from Memphis, Tennessee, right?
If you say you're the lady, if you say so, I can't say nothing. We would like to first question. I always ask this question. What made you get into acting? Always ask that question.
I tell you, I think I was just I was the third born, and I was that child that wanted to be heard. And you get on a stage and you are heard. My dad always used to put me on top of the table and take pictures of me. And I was actually very shy in the beginning, but I got so used to it. So I think he helped me.
Yeah. Well, by the way, in case you haven't heard it, the Writers Guild is still on strike, but the directors got out yesterday. They came to an agreement. It's good list for goods. No live weapons is one of them. No AI and other thoughts. So they got a lot of things going their way. Hope that this will come to an ending so we can move on with what's been having a good time. Okay. All right. What are some of the roles that you like to do?
Excuse me?
What are some of the roles that you like to do?
I admit I love funny roles, but if it has a lot of guts to it, I like Robin Williams' role in Good Will Hunting. I would love a role like that because I love the dramatic just as much as the comedy, but I am known for my comedic sensibilities.
Yes. Interesting. These days you see a lot of people that coming into this trade and they like it. I have a bone to pick with it because I do run into some people. They love to come in here for film and everything else. They don't want to get up on that stage. Don't do that.
Oh, well, I love to be on the stage. There's nothing like it. And I've spent a great deal of time doing stand-up comedy and doing my one-person show at the Hudson Avenue Theater is just
oh yeah, it's good.
So well this weekend.
Yes, I see that. A lot of people came out for it. One of the things that happened to you in 1985, you did your first IMDb actor's credit. It was called Running Mates.
Oh, I would play the high school bitch.
Oh!
And that was a funny role as well. Yeah, I was comic relief, but you know that coquettish woman who is, yeah, that was me.
Okay. All right. moving right along. We opened up with some good video of you, but let's take a look at another one of your films. I mean, I found this one. It's called Rebecca April Purses in Sunglasses. Roll it, Tony.
Welcome. Welcome to our Purses Need Attention to Zoom meeting. Once a week we gather to show our purses how much we love them and show them off in all their glory, because nobody gets to see a purse anymore in a Zoom meeting. So we want to give them the attention that they deserve. Oh, hey. Hi.
Looking good, lady. You're looking good. Looking good.
That's a silly piece that has a lot of fans to it. I've been doing it in monologue competitions, and I win every time when I do that piece.
Well, one award you did win was the Natalie Schaefer Award. Could you tell us about that?
That was just so surreal to get that award. Natalie Schaefer was Mrs. Howe on Gilligan's Island.
Oh.
So she created the Natalie Schaefer Award, and Kirsten Vagnus, she has won that award as well, who's on Criminal Minds, a dear friend of mine. I tell you, winning that award meant so much to me. It came with a $5,000 grant. Now that's not too shabby. But also it was for my body of work. I said, what the heck is this award for? The producer of Theater Neo, they called me up and they said, well, you've won an award. No, they said, we want your social security number. And I said, well, I'm not going to give you my social security number without knowing what it's for. And she said, well, you just won the Natalie Schaefer Award and it comes with a $5,000 grant. I said, well, what the heck is this award about? She said, it's for your body of work. I had done a whole lot of shows that year, and all the reviewers at the Los Angeles Drama Critics Circle, they voted me for that. So yeah,
Congratulations.
I'm very proud of it. Thank you.
Okay, Rebecca, you bent my arm. Let's look at another one of the Rebecca O'Brien films. This one is called Final Cell.
Oh.
Roll it, Tony.
And we're live. Oh, look at that. Oh, I forgot to get my hair done. I kind of like what's happening up there. Oh, here we are. Our pilot episode of...
Wow. Too much. By the way, as we said at the top there, you have appeared in well over 40 stage productions here in Los Angeles. And as they say in the business, not bad. Not bad at all. All right. Theater is your love, isn't it?
Theater is my love. Obviously, I enjoy TV and film. I was sick with cancer, as you know, and after the pandemic, I'm looking forward to getting back into that. But yeah, I wrote this show getting there during my treatment. I would get to the hospital early and I would just sit and write with my thumbs on my phone. I wrote these stories to entertain me. I had no idea that I was writing a Fringe show. And yeah, it's been amazing. 2 sold out shows and 2 standing ovations. So we have 5 more shows.
But who's counting? The other day, we were, in this business, they always talk about break a leg. And I was doing some running around in what I call, I don't know if can you see me? You can't see me. Okay. But what it is, I'm holding up a telephone and I call it your second brain. And I was doing some research there and I happened to stumble upon some information. And it's good to know what's out there. There's a lot of good stuff out there. Second brain happens all the time. Okay. You are here today for a reason. And so let's get to it. It's called Getting There. There you are. Look at that.
Yes, and I have the acclaimed award-winning Cameron Watson as my director. I'm very fortunate.
Yes.
I've known him since I was 18 years old, so I'm quite fortunate to have him at the helm. The staging is wonderful. He really helped shape the show as well. I have all these stories. I probably could do 2 hours, but this show for Fringe is 60 minutes, nice and tight. It's all about these lovely strangers that I met on the bus. It's about me and my little dog, my little service dog, going
Little
to and
service
from
dog, yes. I'm
went
gonna ask you
from
about that.
treatment at the hospital. And don't worry, there's hardly any cancer in the show. It's all about meeting strangers on the bus and how some of them end up acting like only family could.
Wow. As I read the synopsis, it says celebrates the miracles of traveling with strangers.
Yes, and I play 24 different characters.
Wow. You make them as you go along, or do you plan it ahead?
Oh no, they're planned ahead. But it's interesting. We did switch out some characters. You know, I have my favorite characters. I would love to do a longer version, but this is fabulous that we're doing it at the Hudson Guild, and I think we're going to be doing more productions of this show. It's been well received.
Good. You said this once, and I'm going to repeat it because this, ladies and gentlemen, this event that she's doing and getting there, it's her baby. She wrote it, produced it, performed in it. Come on. Next thing I know, she's going to be running down the aisle selling peanuts. All that goes with the project. Wow, that's fun. You are dedicated, my dear, to what you're doing. My goodness. Talk about some of the other cast members, please.
Well, the cast members are all played by me.
Oh.
I, I do. I tell you, there is a Jewish woman who I'm actually crying on the bus, which was just actually very embarrassing. I'm crying on the city bus, and she's, go ahead and cry. Cry all you want. My yoga teacher says crying removes cellulite. She's a lot of fun. And there's Delusional Man. Delusional Man, he gets on the bus and he tells everybody on the bus, I don't ride the bus. I'm not a bus rider. I'm just going to pick up my Mercedes, getting a new alternator. I'm going to be heading up the PCH with Marge and Margie. They're sisters, can't tell them apart, but they're fun.
And you got that service dog with you, right?
Yes, and Stella's magic. She's magic in a bag. She's able to change people that are fighting on the bus just by them singing. Yes.
So, as you also mentioned, that it's been standing ovation since you started last weekend.
Yes. Packed houses, standing ovations. And we've already won the Platinum Award by Ernest Kearney for the first Platinum Award. Yes, these are all my friends at Fringe. I go to all these, they're called office hours. And these are all my friends in Fringe that are coming to see my show. Yes.
I understand that a portion of the proceeds from this event will be donated to the local nonprofit organization called We Spark.
Yes, We Spark helped me. I did go through a depression after my treatment, and I was recommended to go to We Spark. We Spark is on Ventura Boulevard. It helps you get your soul back. It not only helps the survivors of cancer, but it also helps their families, and including their children. Has some amazing programs, and I'm very grateful to them, and I wanted to give back.
Excellent. I also hear that your mother, she dedicates getting there to what you did. She taught you about useful things writing the show. Is that correct, madam?
My mother is the inspiration for my comic sensibilities, and that's why I've dedicated the show to my mother. She speaks her mind. I think comedy comes out of truth.
Yes.
And that she's never untruthful. And she also has tremendous comedic timing, and she taught me that. Yeah.
One more question. I'll make it two. Here's one. What excites you the most about this play?
I can't believe how well it's being received. I am doing a show about a single woman who didn't know who would be there to show up for her. And I embrace the world, and all these strangers end up showing up for me. And of course, oodles of friends, but you practically live at the hospital. So it is a magical show in the sense that it reminds us all how wonderful we are. Human beings and humanity. It's filled with heart. It's filled with love and the power of strangers and friends and how we can always show up for each other. So it brings full circle. And after COVID, please, it is a wonderful shot in the arm.
Tony, let me have a Kleenex, please. I need one just about now. I like what she's talking about. Last question, madam. I always ask an actress, what's next for you?
Well, I would love to take Getting There on the road. I'm writing a memoir, and I have another one-woman show in me. I would love also to take the memoir and turn it into a series. Yes, I have big plans.
This is going to be at the Hudson Century Theater, 6539 Santa Monica Boulevard.
The Hudson Guild. The
Hudson Guild, excuse me.
Yes.
Gee. And it's going to be tickets. How about tickets? How much they cost?
Well, tickets are selling out on the Fringe site. So you would want to go to On Stage 411, search Getting There, and there are more tickets there. Yeah, we are already sold out on the Fringe site for the next 2 shows, but there are a few tickets on the other site. And we did add a show because the tickets were selling out so much. So there is an added show on June 20th, Tuesday night at 8:30 p.m.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, please come and see that lady. She's too much. She is too much. Rebecca, it's been a joy. Thank you so much for stopping by us. Also, I want to thank your publicist, Philip Sokoloff, that young man. You know him. We're going to have him as a guest. He's also an actor in addition to doing a public relations person. A lot of folks don't know that, but we're going to have him come on. Okay.
He's a really good guy. I've known him for years.
Indeed. Please come on back again.
Yep. Hey, Ron, yes. I so appreciate it today. Thank you so much. And, next time we'll get to see each other.
Yes, ma'am. Indeed. Take care now. Ladies and gentlemen, Rebecca O'Brien. This is the Actor's Choice. I'm your host, Ron Brewington. We'd like to let you know that we're asking our Actors Squad to help us get former baseball player Kurt Flood into the Baseball Hall of Fame. Kurt, who passed away January 20th, 1997, was the husband of one of our wonderful guests, renowned actress Judy Pace. So all you got to do is contact our TAC office at 213-349-3941. It's 213-349-3941. Ladies and gentlemen, we sincerely thank each and every one of you being a part of this magnificent award for a great baseball player. Roll it, Tony. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. I just want to take a few moments and ask a question. Do you want to get into broadcasting? Let me just take a moment to ask you a very important question, and that is, have you ever thought about getting into broadcasting? I've been in broadcasting over 35, going on 40 years, okay? The money is good. You meet a lot of people. You go to different places. It's just a start, ladies and gentlemen. I want to tell you about a class that I teach over at Santa Monica College. I've been over there for over 20 years. And we can offer you the skills of broadcasting, announcing, and production. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, how did I get there? I had the voice. God gave me a blessing. And it had to be trained. And that's what I've been doing. So think about it. Let me just wrap it here. Call me at 323-533-1036. 323-533-1036. We meet online on Tuesday, August the 29th, starting that at 2:15 p.m. to 3:35 p.m. Class on every Tuesday and Thursday for 8 weeks. You can do it. Just give me a call, 323-533-1036. Thank you. Roll it, Tony.
Tonight, Pope Dixon playing on Central Avenue at the one and only Tritone.
Did you guys hear that? Gives a rat's ass about the Pope.
Not the Bishop of Rome.
The musician, Pope Dixon. Thinking about going to see Pope Dixon, bro.
Your mother know you're going down there on a Friday night?
You really think that's a good idea? You on Central Avenue at night, the Four Stooges?
Let's do something different for once. This is...
Ladies and gentlemen, my next guest today is here to tell us about the world premiere of Back Porch. This is a gay coming out of age story set in 1955. Our guest will be playing the lead role, okay? And by the way, what you just saw there is his first IMDb action that he ever did. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome actor, writer, Isaac W.J. Greetings, Isaac. And
hello, Ron. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. I wish I could see. We had a little technical problem. Normally, I would take for a technical problem like this, I'd do a drop check. A drop check is you pick it up and drop it. If it bounces up in the air, it's working. If it stays on the ground, it's broken. So,
Gotcha.
sir, your timing is perfect for this play as Pride Month is being celebrated. But
Yeah.
before we get into that, please tell us where you're from.
I'm originally from Santa Fe, New Mexico, which not necessarily, yeah, that's
Okay.
graphic. Not necessarily a small town, but also a small town.
Okay. I found out, and we've had him as guests on the show. There are a bunch of, a bunch of people who live in Santa Fe, New Mexico. They don't come out here. They come out here and do their thing and leave.
Yeah, it's the industry's huge out there right now, especially in Albuquerque.
Yes.
Netflix and Universal, I believe, now have headquarters there.
Wow. I'm
Yeah.
still thinking about that movie you just did, Block 04. Nice piece of work you did there. Okay. Here's my favorite question. Love to ask this question. What made you get into acting?
Well, when I was a kid in first grade, they did a production of Noah's Ark, and I got to play Noah, which meant little 6-year-old me got to play like a 99-year-old man, and I got to wear a huge fake beard and, pretend to walk around like an old man with a back problem. And I just thought that was the coolest thing in the world, and I wanted to do more of that, create people that weren't me. And then my dad and his family, they're very they're all English majors. So
What was that just jumped in the screen?
that's my cat Stella. She
Stella.
she's a nuisance. A wonderful nuisance.
Gotcha.
But my dad and his brothers, they're all English lit majors, and so I was introduced to Shakespeare at a very young age. And I got to watch Kenneth Branagh's Hamlet when I was like 6 years old or something.
Yes.
And what he was doing and what Robin Williams were doing in that movie, I was like, man, whatever that is, that's what I want to do with my life.
Ladies and gentlemen, how you like that voice this young man's got? When he got a good voice?
Talk about broadcasting voices, right?
Right. Be surprised. There's a lot of people. We got a great facility out there. So, hey, come on down. Education. You got a little education. You went to some school here in town. What's the name of that school?
Just a little old joint
SC?
called the University of Southern California.
Ooh, we call it SC. Wonderful school. Dramatic Arts is where you got your education at?
Yep. Yeah, it was a wonderful education. Great school.
Yes.
Highly recommend.
Yes.
Yeah.
For those, you heard what the gentleman just said? Because we get a lot of them out of Santa Monica. They come out of Santa Monica College and come over there.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a plug for USC. Doggone good school. Damn good school. Not only that, it's got the best of everything there. Check it out. Check it out one day. Okay. You had a chance to do your first IMDb. You did a short film called Midnight. You were the New Year's Reveler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was I was still in school at SC, the aforementioned. And there was a grad school production, and they needed some extras to be outside of a frat party or something. And so I got to be one of those extras outside of said frat party, being a drunken midnight reveler. Nothing too exciting, but those USC grad folks, they're very serious, and they will make sure that every actor gets his IMDb credit.
That they do.
That they do, yeah.
You also have 23 actor credits, hardworking young man, writer,
Yep.
and actor.
Yes, indeed. I write sketch comedy, have done for years, and I've written a couple web series pilots and stuff like that. And then also outside of the theater world, I'm a poet. I write a lot of poetry too, unpublished.
Gotcha. A movie you did back in 2019 called Head Count. Remember that movie?
I do remember that movie. Yeah.
Tell us about it, please, sir.
Sure. It's a horror flick. We all, as they say, all actors got to do your horror flick time. I love that movie. The director, Al Callahan, is a phenomenal director. It's a really fun piece about a guy who's feeling very lonely and sort of stuck in his life, and he goes out to visit his estranged brother in the desert. and he meets a group of teenagers and decides that instead of spending time with his weird brother, he would rather party with them. And so he goes and parties with them, and spooky things incur.
Spooky things incur.
Spooky things.
It's a nice way of saying it. Nice
Yeah.
way of putting it. Yeah. Okay. We came here for a reason. We call it the back porch. Tell us about it, please, sir.
Yeah. So it's this wonderful new play that I am blessed to be a part of by Eric Anderson, phenomenal playwright. Yeah, there he is. That's the mug.
Did you say what I thought you said?
He's got talk about wonderful voices. If you ever get a chance to hear Eric Anderson speak, wow. Anyway, so it's a play. It's based on William Inge's Picnic, but instead of focusing on a hetero relationship, it focuses on a gay relationship between an 18-year-old boy and mid-20s stunt double for William Holden in the film Picnic. Not based on any real people, but it's a phenomenal new telling of Picnic. My character is, he's a young boy in a small town, and he feels very stuck, as I think a lot of people in these towns do. I know, coming from Santa Fe, as I said at the beginning, it is a small town. I know I felt a little stuck. And he dreams of getting out and going and doing bigger things, probably in the movies in Hollywood. And then the film of Picnic decides to film in his small town, and he's just over the moon because the movies have come to Hutchinson, Kansas. And then he meets William Holden's stunt double, Bill Holman, and the sparks fly in all kinds of ways.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
We just happen to have a video that was sent to us at the last minute. Tony, can you roll that for us, please?
What made you think you could say that I was good looking and I wouldn't get mad or something?
Hunch? Are you mad?
Is it moving, or is I just looking?
It's moving.
I'm not completely naive. I have had thoughts, feelings.
Alrighty. That's a little bit of action. Could you tell us what we just saw?
Yeah, so that is the first time Bill and Gary, my character, are alone together on said back porch.
Yes.
And Bill is he is a out, as it were, as much as you could be in the 1950s, gay man, and so there's a little bit of flirting going on, and Gary is very much in a oh my God, this is the first time this has ever happened to me, and I can actually feel my feelings situation, and that's right before the real sparks fly.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Pride Month.
Yeah.
Your reflection on it, please. Your reflection.
Absolutely. Say what?
Your reflection on that day, Pride Month.
Yeah. Well, I'm a huge supporter of Pride Month, and I think this play is a really exciting thing to be happening during Pride Month. It's a very important story, I think, to be told. Although it takes place in the 1950s, in which that was a time in which people were not able to be out or, express who they really were that much, and nobody really even talked about it. It wasn't even acknowledged. I think there are so many things, parallels to today that are happening. And I think it's really important that a story like this be told, even in a place like Los Angeles, where it's, so accepted, and we have our wonderful Pride Parade last weekend, just happened yesterday, and everything. It's like there's still so much bigotry and things going on, especially like the legislation that just occurred in Uganda.
Yes.
Which mostly funded by American policymakers. So if you can imagine that, it's, these things are still really happening today, which is very disappointing and upsetting and hard. And I just think it's so important to keep telling these stories of people, because Back Porch, at the end of the day, everybody, these are good people, and they all come to see and understand each other, even though this is something that's not, necessarily accepted widely or anything like that. And I'm talking about the father and all of them. And so it's important for people to see these things where it's like, at the end of the day, we're all human beings, and love is love is love. And if we can just embrace each other, it doesn't necessarily alter everything about a person or anything, and I think just telling these stories is vastly important. And especially during this, when it's a celebration of everything that it means to be part of that world.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Final question, sir. What excites you the most about this play?
What excites me the most about this play? Well, so I've always been a huge fan of the play Picnic, and I've always wanted to do it. So the opportunity to be in essentially that play was extremely thrilling to me, but then also to tell this particular spin on it. William Inge was a gay man himself. And I think if he had lived in a different time, he may have written this version of the play, not the heterosexual relationship in that play. So I think it feels like a little bit like we're able to sort of give Inge his, the only word that's coming to mind is comeuppance, but that's not exactly the right word that I'm looking for, but his catharsis on that one. And and I love that, and this cast is phenomenal. They are all wonderful, and working with them has just been a dream. So I'd say those things are probably what excite me the most about it.
Okay. Isaac, I want to thank you for this day, for being here. I know the audience members will learn what is Pride Month all about. I also want to thank you and your publicist, Lucy Polk, for making this possible. And then you'll be working at the Victory Theater Century, right?
Yeah. That's the one. The building is no longer red. It's now white, though.
Yes.
Fascinatingly. Yeah.
Okay, so it's not red. That shows you how old we've been. Okay. All right.
Yeah. It looks exactly the same. It's just white. I didn't know they repainted it, but there you go. Now I do.
What it's all about. Isaac, thank you so very, very much. Take care of yourself.
Thank you, Ron. This has been wonderful.
Ladies and gentlemen, Isaac W.J. This is the Actors Choice. I'm your host, Ron Brewington. Roll it, Tony. Information about the TAC Row Coup channel, please call us at 213-349-3941. That's 213-349-3941. Thank you so much. Roll it, Tony.
Listen up, y'all. I got something to say. Every good meal needs a little foreplay. Something sure smells good. I'm getting kind of hungry. Let's eat. Swallow this hot cuisine. Follow me, y'all, to the Kicky Canteen. We got food to put you in the mood. We're cooking with attitude. Welcome to Foreplay.
Ladies and gentlemen, my next guest today makes being on the stage her home. She came from the rock and roll and to blues. The question is, Who doesn't know this lady? Because everybody knows her. And in case you didn't know it, this lady tours the United States performing her critically acclaimed solo musical play called The Hebrew Hillbilly, which has the longest running solo musical play in the United States. As we say in the business, not bad. Ladies and gentlemen, a pleasure and an honor to welcome once again singer, songwriter, and actress Shelley Fisher. Greetings, Shelley, and welcome to the Actor's Choice, the 1000th time to be on Actor's Choice.
Well, thank you.
We have a little technical problem. I see you. Can you see me? You can't see me.
No, I can't see you, and I'm missing that opportunity.
Yeah, for some odd reason, when we turned it on, the machine acted crazy, and so we're doing better than nothing else.
Well, I'm still here. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Well, I'm here today to talk about something new for you.
And
I have a TV show that we haven't talked about before, Ron, and it's called Fork Play. F-O-R-K, Fork Play. It's all about food to put you in the mood for life and love. Because you see, my mama always told me, she said, Shelley, kissing don't last, cooking do. So I have tried to learn how to cook through the years. But usually, Ron, when people ask me what I'm making for dinner, I say reservations. So I decided to create a show that would be fun and easy and sexy for people. And in other words, I invite my date or my partner to cook with me. Fun, simple, sexy recipes that are designed to put you in the mood for life and love. And on this show, Fork Play, I am known as Cecile DeMille, and I am the romance chef. I wish you were here because I have prepared for you my personal favorite and everybody's favorite dessert. Check this out, Ron. Nookie cookies. Woo! They are guaranteed to make you. They're guaranteed to make you play hooky all night long. Now I prepared these for you, especially last night. So I'm going to come over your house. I'm going to surprise you with these nookie cookies because they are made with graham cracker crust. I have scrumptious chocolate chips. I've got walnuts, which are allegedly an aphrodisiac, and extreme cream. Now, you know, I was on the Dick Clark show before the late, great Dick Clark passed on. Yes. And the name of that show was The Other Half. He was on with Danny Bonaducci, and I was there as the romance chef, and they were crazy about this recipe. Dick told me it worked, but I didn't check it out personally. But I think you would love this. It's smelling so good, but it'll blow that all to hell. But I really want you to try this out. Some of my other favorite recipes are shrimp spanky, lightly battered. Okay. And Danny Bonaducci asked me, he said, Shelley, will the shrimp spank me? And I said, I don't know. You check it out because it's your show. I have asparagus Aphrodite. We have horny cornbread stud muffins, and I know you like Southern food. What else would you like to ask me today?
What makes nookie cookies so special?
Well, that is a great question because these delicious morsels are enhanced with the love molecule, Ron, and they are called, check this out, phenylethylamine, honey. Can you even say that? Phenylethylamine. Yeah. That is the real, honest to God, love molecule guaranteed to make you play hooky all night long. And I'm sure all your viewers will find that all my recipes are finger-licking good.
Finger-licking good.
That's right. Now, I have just given your viewers an opportunity to know the recipe. Now, I have left something out. Now, you know, I do perform my show, The Hebrew Hillbilly, all over the country, and I am sponsoring a fundraiser for the Santa Monica Playhouse, where I've been performing Hebrew Hillbilly for many years, because we are trying to create a Keep the Doors Open campaign to create revenue for the theater industry, which is just starting to come back after COVID, but I am so grateful, and I know you are too, that we're back. If you're not there in person, because I'm going to make some nookie cookies for you, but right now I'm asking your listeners and your viewers to email me at Shelvis, SHELVISTN for Tennessee. That's Shelvis, TN at gmail.com, and let me know their recipe that they heard and tell me what I've left out for nookie cookies. And the person who answers first correctly will get a free ticket to the September 9th gala fundraiser with dessert and wine reception at Santa Monica Playhouse, 7:30 p.m. I'm excited to see all y'all here. And we will be singing soon, I hope, my theme song for Fork Play, which is Finger Licking Good. Have you got it? Because you know it's finger licking good. Ron, come on. A finger licking good. Finger licking good. Just keep singing it over and over again, because that's about all I've got the voice for today. I want to show you what my creative director would call him Phallic Alec for today, a Fork Play made. It says Fork Play starring Shelley Fisher as Cecile DeMille, the romance chef, because I'm going to put the fork back in Fork Play for all y'all, and the fun back in funds if y'all call me on the phone. But I'm not going to give you my phone number, but my cell number, my email is Shelvis, SHELVISTN at gmail.com. And speaking of food, I just got back from the Memphis, Tennessee barbecue cook-off, where they featured such tents as swine dining and hogs for days. It was crazy. And they had a pig picture of Elvis dressed up as a pig, which is kind of sacrilegious. But it was, the name of the tent was called Suspicious Rinds.
Yes.
RINDS. My accent got replenished because I was in my hometown. And as you know, you were born in Harlem. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Well, you know
you
that
were born in Memphis, too. That's correct.
Yeah, there's nothing like home. And I'll tell you, if y'all want to go someplace that's affordable now, try to go to Memphis, Tennessee, because it is charming and fun. And we bought dinner for under $20 for two. You just can't do that hardly no more. Not in Los Angeles. But I would love to keep talking to you, but you got to ask me some questions. Otherwise, I just sound like I'm going crazy over here. I can't even sit here find self today, which I really do miss.
Yes.
But I'm into talking to myself because I am self-called the mouth of the South, Ron.
Yes.
And I can talk to anything living or dead. So you are living and are good looking. I love to see you in person. So we have to make that date, because you are the best host in town. There's no question.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you. How is your daughter doing?
My daughter is pregnant and great.
Grandmama.
And she was just in a JWRC production of Rodgers and Hammerstein last night.
Yes.
And she sang If I Loved You. And I'll tell you, I wasted a whole pair of lashes because I cried and cried tears of pride. And I want to wish everybody out there happy Pride. We always have something to wish people these days, because it's a holiday every day that I get to be on with Mr. Ron Brewington, because kissing don't last, cooking do. I got a recipe that'll work for you. Get in that kitchen and grab that pan. Show you how to please your man. Hanky panky, shrimp spanky, honey cornbread too. If you shake it while you bake it, you'll keep his burners cooking too. Because everything we got on Fork Play, and that's FORKPLAY, is finger licking good. Because Ron, love begins in the kitchen, and you know that's right. And y'all here is a freshly baked platter of nookie cookies. And my director telling me to do something, and I don't know what he said. What?
Okay.
You say? Okay, go ahead and I'm listening to you.
Okay. One of the things, we can't let you get out of here before there's an event that you started back in 2013 called Hebrew Hillbilly.
That's correct. Hebrew Hillbilly is the story of my life growing up in the pretty much redneck racist South. But I don't want people to think it was all bad, because it's not. It is the home of the blues, birthplace of rock and roll, and the most beautiful vista of the Mississippi River in the United States. And I will say that that is true. And I created Forkplay as a way to create an opportunity for couples to get together and create what I call KISS cuisine, which is keep it simple and satisfying, and don't waste too much time in the kitchen, because you want to save time for the real Forkplay, which is after the initial meal, if you get what I mean. And everything we got is finger licking good. I don't know if we used up enough time, because I can't see you. You got more questions?
Oh yes, we got a video that we have to show you, madam. It's called the Hebrew Hillbilly. Roll it, Tony.
I can't wait to see that. Thank you, Ron, for this opportunity. Bye-bye, y'all. HebrewHillbilly.com.
Y'all ready for this? Memphis. We're rocking in Memphis. New York City never sleeps, but I need to hear that rebel beat. Everybody's moving too fast. I gotta slow down.
All right. Before you leave, please tell our audience, how can they get some nookie cookies?
Well, the best thing is to, first of all, go to shelvistn@gmail.com. And if they ask really nice, I might send them a nookie cookie or two. But I got a dozen waiting for you after the show today, Ron. I really want to thank y'all for checking in with Cecile DeMille, the romance chef and host of Forkplay, food to put you in the mood for life and love. This day and every day, and everything we got is finger licking, good, yum, yum, yum. Thank y'all.
Shelley, you done it again. I wish we had more time to hear what you gotta say, but I just want to ask people to wait till the next time. We'll get you back again. Best wishes and keep on trucking. Keep on trucking, my dear.
Thank you. Keep on cooking with attitude. All right.
See you now. Take care.
Thank you.
I want to thank our sponsors, Harvey Brandman Photography is an Art, Ron Irwin's Lose Life, The Way to Lose Weight, Larry Buford's Book to the Future, Time Travel, Message in a Capsule, State Farm agent Carla Green, and veteran actor Rob Brownstein's Actor Training School and Actors Space. And much, much thanks to our guests today, actress Rebecca O'Brien, actor Isaac W.J., and singer-songwriter, actress queen, Shelley Fisher. And of course, special thanks to our ever-growing audience. Be well. We'll see you next time. Take care.